You know I changed my life. I was in the trap OG, serving out white. Think about it day to day, day and night. Last night I had a drink, and it felt so right. In the trap was serving fiends. But work on triple B. Big 40 in my jeans.
Yes, sir. Yo. Hip hop, me too.
Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop Hoops. I'm your host, Anthony Igadero. I got my co-host with me. Mr. Woods is in the building.
What up? Let's go.
Listen, man, a lot has been going on in the week, man.
A whole lot.
Let's just start off with the plays of the week.
Okay.
Who do you have?
Man, I got the OG, triple OG, Thaddeus Young, man. You know what I mean? Game 3 or game 4, putting the step back, behind the back step back, making Embiid touch the ground.
Oops.
You know, that
Oops.
is, you know, touch up that thumb a bit. You know what I mean? While he hit the floor.
Oops.
Hold that. Definitely Raptors came to play. You know, mans are healthy. You know, shout out Fred VanVleet. I know you're hurt, but man, Raptors held it down, you know, for the 6.
We didn't get sweep.
We didn't get sweep, man. So, yo.
I'm happy about it.
We're playing to the end, man. Let's go.
We are rebuilding. Not really. But my play of the week, the young boy.
Oh.
The young boy.
Oh, man.
When he balls up his fist like that, he's ready to war. He's ready for war. Elijah Fisher.
Hold that.
He dunked on that boy from Compton Magic, man.
Oh man, little man.
It's just disgusting.
I give him an E. I give him an E for effort with the awareness to try and take the charge.
No.
But boy, you're a little late. That's a block right there. And Elijah, you put him on a poster, man.
That's foolishness.
You put him on a poster,
Should have
man.
never done that. He's representing Canada, doing his thing.
Ooh.
One of the best players in the country, Elijah Fisher. My play of the week.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Go,
I wanna address Rookie of the Year, man.
Yes,
we got it.
Well,
Mr.
I got
Barnes,
it right.
Scotty Barnes.
Wasn't Evan Mobley, that's for sure.
It wasn't Evan Mobley. He was hurt, but that's okay. We nonetheless, he got it. Scotty Barnes.
Scotty, man, we need you on the show, man.
Well deserved.
Yes,
I will give you credit, Mr. Woods. You predicted that one from the jump. Even I know it was a little biased when you just said anything. It's okay. You know, we're still working on that Golden State prediction there.
Well, yeah,
the Portland
I kind of
prediction.
poof with that one and the Portland one, but hey,
we got this one right.
Yes, we did.
You know what I mean? Scotty Barnes. What was his averages this year?
Oh man,
almost what you said.
Almost.
I want to say
I was off a little bit with the steals, but close in points, close in rebounds, close in steals. Yeah, man. Starter.
You
did
said
his damn
5 steals.
Thing. I said 3 steals.
3 steals?
I said 3 steals.
Okay.
I think I think he averaged like maybe one and change. But
okay.
Yeah. All in all, man, it's great it's great for the Raptors. That was a hell of a pick. I know the Raptors organization took a lot of scrutiny at the beginning.
I was confused on the pick myself. I cannot lie.
You know what I mean? But Magic
I
Johnson.
thought we were going with Suggs, but it's all good.
Magic Johnson sent him mad praise. It was dope to even see the way he got the award. You know, I'm still a little petty with Mr. Vince Carter, you know, presenting
because
it.
He's the third Raptor who
of
got
all time.
Rookie of the Year.
Damon Stoudemire should have presented it in my eyes. But anyway, Vince Carter, so be it. You know, you kind of left us. But it's all good, man. I'm still a little petty, man. I'm still petty with it. But shout out Vince Carter. I thought it was a dope presentation. I think that kind of brought light and some more oomph to the Raptors play for game 4, that is. And yeah, man, help get that W.
Let's go. So Marcus Smart got defensive player of the year. What's your thoughts on that? I think it should I don't know about this one. I was more on Mikal Bridges for the Suns.
Being the number one team.
Being the number one team, but Boston does have the number 1 defense. Right. And they're displaying it now against the Nets, which is amazing. The coach should be getting coach of the year as well. But Marcus Smart, he was the first guard that got it in a while.
But he's been in the mix for a couple years now. Like last year he was in the mix as well.
Every year he's in the mix.
It's only fair. Like no complaints over here, despite it being a Boston and they're in the Atlantic Division with the Raptors. Like they're always gonna be with us. So it was kind of tough to see, but well-deserved nonetheless.
So Draymond Green, he's in the news once again. He's always in the news. I feel like once a week he's in the news saying something.
But he's super smart with it. I kind of rate the way that he plays and then jumps right into his podcast. You know what I mean? So you're getting that perspective like on the spot right after, like talking about locking up. He didn't say he locked up Jokic, but I think it was game 2 when he was D'ing him up and did a pretty good job in the clutch. And then game 3 got that steal talking about it, but he did praise Jokic thing. He gave him the business that game. But he was talking about the MIP and the voting situation, like Jordan Poole not being a candidate.
He was not even a candidate.
He wasn't for the top 3.
Who was the top 3?
Ooh,
it was Hero
for MIP.
Ja Morant.
Yeah, Ja Morant.
Hero, Ja Morant, and Darius Garland.
Darius Garland, you're right. There it is.
Those 3.
And Jordan Poole's been hooping though. G League last year,
That is a tough one because the majority is going to say Ja Morant.
Right.
Because he was almost an MVP candidate. So people are going to pick Ja, and they were number 2 or 3 seed in the West. So people are going to go with him more than anybody. This one's kind of tough for me because I'm like, man, he shouldn't even be in the most improved because he was like a top tier pick.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's been a superstar, on the rise of superstar. And then a guy like Jordan Poole, like he was the last pick in the draft.
Right.
You know what I mean? He been coming off the bench forever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I kind of that's a tough one for me. But the majority is going to pick Ja Morant to win that award.
Right.
And I get it, but I think kind of like he shouldn't even be. He kind of should be disqualified. It should be Darius Garland. You know what I mean? Even though he was a top pick as well, but Ja Morant, I don't know. That's a tricky one.
It's tough. But what did he want? Did he want the players to select? Because we know we went that route before with players selecting in the All-Star game, and they were some of the players voted for the concierge people.
Yeah, no.
Last guys on the bench, they didn't take it serious at all. So
it can't be players picking.
Right.
No.
So maybe just leave it the way it is. I think the 100 media members that do all the voting.
But the media
they hit it. They nail it.
Man.
They nail it 75% of the time.
A lot of media members want to put certain guys on first team, second team, which is just outrageous. So the media members don't get it right either. So I don't know. That's a tough one for me. That's a very tough one for me. We just talked about Boston Celtics defense, man.
Yes.
KD, he's been looking human lately.
He has been.
Him and Kyrie been looking real shaky.
That defense has them up right now, man.
The number 1 defense, Boston Celtics, but it's like KD and Kyrie. They had a quote. Well, it wasn't more so KD, it was more Kyrie who said like, we don't need to be coached.
Right. That's coming to bite him in the butt.
Do you think? Why do you think that's biting him in the butt now? I'm looking at these things from like, is Nash the right coach for KD and Kyrie? Like, do they respect him? Because if this was Mark Jackson in this space, would they say, man, we don't need Mark?
Right. No, they would.
Like, this is a guy who has no coaching experience. Right. Like, he was on the Golden State Warriors bench as like a counselor. Come on and talk to guys.
Right.
Like, just to pay. They maybe wanted to pay him, it seemed like.
Right.
And now you got this job where I had his back. When Stephen A. Smith was like, "Yo, you don't deserve this job, bro. You don't deserve."
Great guy.
You're a great guy. I had his back because he's a Canadian. He's beloved over here.
Right.
But
he's Kid Canada.
You're not a good coach. It's just flat out. And we're seeing not only the team get exposed, but his coaching getting exposed. You don't run any plays. There's no pin downs. There's no mid range.
Right now, there's just no pin downs. There's a whole lot of high pick and rolls.
No, it's just a bunch of ISO plays.
Well, that's what KD likes.
No, that's not what KD likes.
That's what Thing likes.
That's a mistake. Kyrie likes that, but that's not what KD likes. KD left he left the Thunder to Golden State for ball movement.
Right. Ball movement, player movement.
And this is not the first time we've seen KD kind of do something like this. He did it against the Clippers a few years back. I want to say his first year with the Golden State Warriors, where there wasn't ball movement and he was complaining like, guys, there's no ball movement. And then he kind of just didn't shoot. And then he came on and everybody was questioning him like, yo, like, what are you doing? You're letting Patrick Beverly shut you down. And he's like, I'm Kevin Durant. Like, let's be real.
Right. I'm effing Kevin Durant.
I didn't want to say that, but I'm Kevin Durant.
Right.
And then he came back and he did what he did. So I think it's so the coaching is so terrible. It's like panic button. KD makes something happen instead of like let's run an actual play. I've seen the Celtics run play after play after play, and score 5-6 possessions straight where a guy comes down and ISO balls. You're not beating no good team doing ISO balls.
But they're not ISO balling every possession.
They're ISO balling every possession.
Not every possession.
Then you're not watching the game.
I am watching the game. They got KD in his spots a couple times in the high mid post right there. They got him a few times.
And a double's coming.
Exactly.
So then what's the answer?
Well, we got to be a fly on the wall when it comes to film session.
What's the answer?
The answer, it's not a pin down.
Why is it not a pin down?
It could be a pin down, but you're gonna pin down and get him back to the same spot. They're waiting to get KD in his spot.
So you're saying that there's just no way, there's nothing.
KD's gonna have to figure it out.
Nothing. So isn't that a coach's?
It's everybody's job.
But hold on, is that not a coach's job to put him in the best position?
Right.
Why can't
if percentages show that in the high post area, KD is remarkable.
Right.
They're getting him there, but the counter that Boston is doing, they're waiting for him.
Okay.
They're waiting for him, and they got more athletic wings and athletic players guarding him. And on top of that, their centers, they're picking their poison. Sometimes I've seen them leave Drummond last night to go double, and the ball would not go to Drummond. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So we just can't blame the coaching staff. Everybody's gonna have to take a bit of the blame, but at the same time,
no, I'm not saying that Kevin Durant and Kyrie don't deserve blame.
Right,
they deserve blame as well. But let's not act like it's not the coaching and it hasn't been coaching all year. Because I've seen Kevin Durant score 55 and still lose.
Good point.
I've seen it happen plenty of times where his coaching has let him down. I've seen in game 1 where coaching has let him down. I've seen in game 2 where the team goes on a 14-2 run and you're watching the game like I'm watching the game, sir. You got to be able to counter that. I seen Bud up 30 for the Bucks.
Yeah.
He's up 30. The Bulls went on an 8-0 run. He called timeout. What the hell are you guys doing?
Right.
He's up 30.
Right.
The team, they were up 17 and they went on a 14-2 run and Nash is walking like this, back and forth. So guys, I've watched almost every single Nets game this year, and we're not going to act like it's not Nash's fault. He deserves a big portion of this blame.
No, I think Kyrie deserves more, but anyway.
No, that's because you guys have personal things.
There's no chemistry amongst the team.
There isn't.
So how could a coach build with a team that has no chemistry?
But if
a main clog of your offense or a main clog of your team is not there for 70 plus games or 60 plus games.
No, it's not 70.
I'm sorry, I'm just exaggerating, but it's been a majority amount.
So let me ask you a question.
How could you develop chemistry?
If you had a guy like Aldridge who averaged 13 for the season and he's been getting no game, what's your answer? Blake Griffin played last night. He scored 8 quick.
What's
happening?
That's management.
That's not management. That's coaching. Get him in there.
Obviously,
get him in there.
I'm with you. There has to be a reason why he's not playing. And
coaching,
we don't know the answer.
Coaching. But that's it. It says coach's decision.
Coach Nash is the head coach.
But there is a
plethora of a coaching staff with him.
We're not letting Steve Nash off the hook, sir.
You're not letting him off the hook.
It says coach's decision.
Right.
When Aldridge doesn't play and he averaged 13 for the year.
Right.
You're trying to tell me he's not able to play and Claxton can play and can't make free throws?
Good point. But Claxton,
maybe
Claxton brings more.
The Nets lost by 1 point the first game.
Right. Claxton didn't play no D.
Claxton missed three free throws. Imagine if you made those free throws.
Imagine if KD just would have looked behind him and just stayed in front of Tatum.
We can say that.
Right.
But if you have made those free throws, would they be in this position?
No, they wouldn't.
Okay then.
Right. But
so
KD wouldn't play no D. No matter how you look at it.
Let's just not get Nash off the hook, guys.
Yes.
Nash is doing a horrible job in the 2 years. He's failed those guys tremendously. And you've seen it. From day one, they said, we don't need a coach. You're not saying that to Mark Jackson. You're not saying that about Doc Rivers. The respect wasn't there from the get-go. Mind you, there's been a whole bunch of other things that's been a problem. You know,
we can't wipe it up. We can't sweep it under the rug.
Obviously, Kyrie missing all those games. Then
huge.
KD getting hurt. And then you know, James Harden.
They were first at one point.
Yeah, and then James Harden, he sucked out, and then he quit on the team.
And then getting rid of all those pieces for James. That hurt. So management have to take a burn of the blame as well. No, we would have still had Allen. We would have still had LeVert.
Management is bad because you ain't fired Nash yet. That's bad.
Well, we'll see what happens at the end of the season.
He ain't going nowhere. That's his boy. They're friends.
Hey,
so he ain't going nowhere. And
Nash made Sean Marks a whole lot of money in Phoenix.
Listen, man. Ain't no favors, man. You know, if we're talking about the team, then let's talk about the team here.
Right.
Nonetheless, you know, game 4 is tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Ben Simmons is going to be playing, and I'm not sure.
I don't understand all that.
I'm not sure what he can provide to help them. I know he can do it on the defensive end, but if he haven't played all year, I'm not sure how you can come in off the road.
You're throwing him right into the playoff intensity, just playoff basketball. That's like you can't. Like I can't swim. I'm probably the fastest runner in the shallow end, though. You know what I mean? So it's like you're throwing me into the deep end and expecting me to swim back. It ain't happening, man. It ain't happening.
And they need a playmaker. The Nets definitely need a playmaker who can make plays. Kyrie makes plays for himself.
Right.
KD makes plays for himself. Grogic is...
It's close. I was just going to mention him.
He's close, but Patty Mills. And also, guys, we let's not act like...
Got rid of Dinwiddie. Like, there's so many guys
You got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie, and you got rid of Carter. You got rid of LeVert.
Oh,
but let's not act like this lineup of Kyrie, Patty Mills, Bruce Brown, Curry, and KD is going to get it done. That lineup ain't going. But that's a recipe for disaster.
According to T-Mac, we got the most skilled duo.
It don't matter duo or not.
I'm just saying
you got to play on the other end.
You got to. But
he said the most skilled duo on the offensive end.
Right.
The defensive end matters, especially in the playoffs.
But when you mention LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Jordan and Pippen. Like you're just talking about skill on offense.
Clearly that's what he's talking about.
Social media took it to a whole nother level.
Like if he's talking about the most skilled duo, then it got to be Jordan because they're on both ends.
Bottom line,
that's clearly that's what he's talking about. Offense.
Okay.
So
okay.
So what is
I was
Patty
in my
Mills?
feelings for a bit. I was like, yo, bro, you can't be dissing T-Mac. You already dissed already, man. Leaving the Raptors.
No, what is Patty Mills going to do? What is Patty Mills going to do when he has to guard Tatum? What is he gonna do
when he had to guard Brown yesterday?
What does he have to do when he has to guard Brown? I feel sorry for the guy.
Real talk.
That's punishment.
Real talk.
So that's coaching. Anyways.
Yes.
Listen, guys. We're gonna talk about the sixth man. Who do you think should get sixth man award and coach of the year and MVP? Who do you got, man?
For my sixth man, I'm going Tyler Hero.
I got Tyler Hero.
I think he is like he's a machine. You know what I mean? And he's probably one of the leading scorers on that team. Top 3 for sure. Yeah. Coach of the year, got to go with Monty. Mr. Monty Williams, Coach Monty Williams from Phoenix, on #1 had the best record in the NBA. That's. I
think he should have got it last year.
Yeah, so maybe if he didn't get it last year, which he didn't, this year they got to give it to him. You know, they don't have to, but I'm leaning towards Coach Monty.
I like Coach from Memphis. I forget his name, and I like Udoka, man. What Udoka did from January till now is incredible because nobody was talking about Boston.
No, they were ninth actually.
And from what Boston did, they remember they were going to trade those. Excuse me, they were going to trade those 2 guys.
Right.
They were saying, okay, should we trade Jaylen Brown?
Right.
And keep Tatum and just build around Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys figured it out.
They did.
Those guys figured it out. They figured out how to play together. They put Marcus Smart. He took a step back, focused more on defense, and actually spreading the wealth.
Right.
And now that's a pretty good trio. And then when you add, Williams at center, Horford, veteran.
They're a tough fellow. I'm not too sold because they're in the Atlantic. So my heart says, can't do it. Raptors all day. Next round, when they match up with Milwaukee.
It's gonna be a good one.
You know what? That whole doubling KD, like they're using your body on him. That's not gonna work with Giannis. They got way too much. They're more of a team.
They're gonna
meet their match.
They're gonna need Middleton. That's bottom line. If Middleton doesn't play, then Bucks ain't winning that series.
That's a good point
because they have no closer. They're lucky that they haven't been close in games. Mm-hmm. The one game that they were actually close in, they needed Giannis to close, and Giannis doesn't close.
Right.
Middleton is the closer on that team. So that's the one game that they lost. Every other game, they're like, listen, let's get these guys out of
the
quick.
way real quick.
We're not playing no games.
Mm-hmm.
We're not making it even close and competitive.
Right.
And that's what's been going on. But
MVP?
Yeah.
You know me, man. I'm going with Joker, man. All day, every day, man.
If I'm watching Joe, if I was like some of these basketball fans who don't actually watch basketball and just watch, 3-minute clips and highlights and things like that, and just actually didn't watch the game, I would say, no way, Joker. Because he looks like he's been playing awful and no one's talking about it.
Right.
And he has a 6'5" Draymond Green guarding him. So I'm not mad at the pick, but I'm going with Joel Embiid. Especially if I just, leading the scoring in the league.
Like I said, he has a bunch of his role players. He brought his role players to the 6th spot in the regular season, yes, but he had to carry. That's a whole lot of carrying in the West. You know what I mean? You got to put that into consideration, I feel. And secondly, he does everything.
The West is not tougher than the East.
It's not tougher than the East, but it's still the West, man. You lose a couple games, you're not in 6. You may hold an 8th. You may get a play-in. You know what I mean? He didn't go in the play-in. He finished at the 6th spot. So, Joel...
Finished at the 6th and he finished at the 3rd or 4th. Was it 4th? 4th. He finished 4th. Philly.
Yes.
Yeah,
they finished 4th. But, you got Harden. Regardless of how he's playing, he's still a former MVP.
No.
You know what I mean?
Harden is a shell of himself.
He is. But the name... You're playing with a dig.
People know he's a shell of himself. Right?
Bottom line.
People know, you're not that guy that could come out and score 30 whenever you feel like it.
Not anymore.
And people can see it. So I look at Joel. He had so much to deal with. His second best guy wasn't around all year, and he had to carry those guys. I remember that was your prediction. You said they wouldn't make the playoffs.
I thought they weren't going to make it.
We're not going to sweep that under the rug.
No, my Golden State, Portland. Hey, man, I'm a grown ass man. I can admit when I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I was wrong about Golden State. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was wrong about Philly. Yeah. I ain't sorry because you guys are lucky that certain man got injured in the first game, Scotty Barnes. You're lucky that man like Gary Trent Jr. was sick the first 2 games. You guys are lucky. You guys are just lucky, bro, and you got to talk in that smack. Stay in my DMs. But I apologize, though. I apologize for my preseason prediction about you guys, and I apologize about Portland. But you see CJ, though. You see CJ. I was saying if CJ and Dame healthy, problem. Look what CJ's doing with Pelicans. I'm just saying.
Have we seen CJ and Dame healthy before?
Wishful thinking.
We've never seen them healthy before? I'm asking.
I don't think they've been super healthy.
Anyways, moving on. So I got Giannis. I mean, I got Embiid for my MVP.
Okay.
I got Udoka or the coach from Memphis. I can't remember his name. For coach of the year. Mm-hmm. My 6th man, and I agree with you with Tyler Hero is my 6th man. I agree with that.
We agree.
Yeah. So big news in Canadian basketball, Canadian high school basketball.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
2 stars. We have Shayden Sharp.
Salute.
Who was he was sitting at Kentucky.
Just soaking it all up, man. Soaking it all up. Working out.
He declared for the draft, the NBA draft, and Leonard Miller.
Huge.
Scarborough.
Having a hell of a year, man.
Yes, having a hell of a year. He just finished that. He played in the Allen Iverson Classic and the Nike Global Challenge, those All-Star games. Huge.
And
they both declared for the draft.
Yes.
I believe Shayden Sharp now is on all mock drafts at number 7 to Sacramento Kings.
Ooh.
And I believe Leonard Miller is 35, but I can't remember which team it says on the mock draft.
Okay, second round.
35, second round.
Yeah.
And Shayden Sharp, number 7 lottery pick.
Ooh.
Also, we have the kid from Montreal. I can't pronounce his name, at Arizona. He's another top 10 pick, lottery pick as well. So big things for Canadian hoops.
To my Montreal people.
But Shayden Sharp, the Big Blue Nation is upset about, his camp and people lying, saying he's gonna declare, he's gonna stay, he's doing this, doing that.
Yeah.
A bit of confusion here. I was told years ago when I was in high school, I had a home visit to Ohio State University, and I was late in high school, and I had about 20 guys, kind of like Kruma, guys with nice haircuts.
There you go. Shout out Kruma.
I had a bunch of those guys around me, and I pulled up. I'm an hour late. Ohio State's in the living room of my coach. An hour late, he grabbed me. He's like, "Son, you got to get rid of those Krumas around you get rid of the entourage. Nobody wants to deal with people who have an entourage.
Right.
Is this entourage that Shayden Sharp has, like, I don't even want to say just Shayden Sharp, but entourages today, are they a problem?
I don't think they're a problem.
Like these handlers, these guys, like are they a problem? Because I'm seeing more and more handlers that want to be around these kids. I see them posting pictures of these kids.
Right.
That's my young boy. I trained him when he was 2 years old. You know what I mean?
Maybe grade 5.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Like it just seems like it's like these guys are trying to live their dreams through these kids, and they want to hang on, and then obviously the guys are in the league and they're gonna be millionaires, and they want to soak up some of that stuff. Right. So what are your thoughts on handlers and this entourage?
My thoughts are, all right, first off, like, it's not a bad thing to live your dream if you didn't make it and you're putting it into a young person.
I can understand your own kids.
You know what I mean? Your own kids for sure. But sometimes, like, if you're coming from a single mom household and that trainer ends up being, for that moment, that 2, 3 year, 4 year moment, you're that father figure per se, and he's training him, and that relationship is there. I can't knock it, but I understand what the general consensus, like, yo, you're trying to live your dream through such and such, blase, blase. You're just doing it for your organization or for clout, blase, blase. Understand that completely. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's what I'm trying to say about that. But I think entourages now are a little bit more sophisticated than entourages back in the day, per se, like maybe when you were coming up, like, you know what I mean? Because how many of the Kumas, shout out Kumas, how many of the Kumas in your camp were, potential brand managers or managers for you moving forward in your professional career? Like, you know what I mean? If you really break it down, out of the 20, maybe 3 or 4, or maybe 7, who knows? You know what I mean? But I think nowadays, kids' entourages now, they're a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more social media friendly. They're willing to put in the work. And half of the time, like, a lot of kids, I like to put it like this. I always take credit for Jane and Finch. A lot of parents coming from the islands or whatnot, or from other continents, they migrate to Finch. You know what I mean? And then eventually move out to Bramptons and the Maltons and the more prettier places in the GTA.
Malton ain't that pretty.
I mean, Malton got some pretty spots though. No, you know what I mean? Outside looking in, I'm sorry. I put Malton on the map when it comes to prettiness at times.
Yeah. Take that back. It ain't that pretty.
My bad. But I say that to say, like, the kids that their kids are chilling with now, they're coming from the suburbs-ish. So they're not straight hood people, So I say that to say maybe they can cut down their entourage a little bit, but they're a little bit more proactive to the brand of the money. They're a guy who they're chilling with.
Like I heard a coach telling me, popular trainer, I'm not gonna say his name, he said that, man, this guy he had so much people around him. He had a guy tying his shoe.
Look at that.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
It's like when I was in high school, my coach
Did he work at Foot Locker though?
I don't know.
But they know how to tie their shoes at Foot Locker a certain way. I'm just saying.
They do, absolutely. But, my coach told me before we went into that meeting, he said, listen, son, you got to get rid of this entourage. Keep your family close to you, because people, brands, all these people, they don't want to deal with guys who have a big entourage.
Right.
Listen, we had issues getting certain guys on the show. Entourage is in the way. Too many hands in the pocket.
Right.
It's just not a good look. We felt that experience, and how did we feel? We didn't want to deal with it, man.
No, I hear you.
We didn't want to deal with it. So it's like, I don't know, man.
So
that's
the message to the young ones moving forward, the young kings balling and the young princesses and queens balling. Keep your circle super small, tight. Because coaches that are recruiting you and the potential WNBA or NBA scouts that and management teams that are looking at you, or organizations that are looking at you, they ain't gonna rock with all that.
No.
You know what I mean? So be wise.
But I do want to shout out Shayden Sharp, man.
Yes.
He's gonna be a great player, 6'6" wing, super athletic. I think he's gonna be a superstar in the NBA.
And a great guy.
Leonard Miller, also
another great guy.
He reminds me of Lamar Odom. Lefty, 6'11", could pass, could dribble, could shoot.
Could finish.
You know what I mean? Could finish at the rim.
Yes.
So those are 2 great prospects from the city, man. So shout out to those 2 young boys, man.
And this is a great look for Canada basketball once again, man. We're on the rise, man.
Absolutely, and
we're
I think
on the rise.
I'm not sure 100%. Any guys, you can DM me and correct me, but I think because they are 19, this is why they're eligible. They're draft eligible because I think they're 19. So a lot of people, I think they're confused on like, how are they going straight from high school? I think because they're prep school, so a year. They're 19 years old, so I think that's why.
That's a
and guys like Amani Bates, who's only 17, turning 18. He played 1 year in college ball, and he can't even go to the draft yet. And he did 1 year of college.
Okay,
so
it's a beautiful thing seeing Canadian prep schools producing NBA talent.
Fort Erie, and I don't know what. I know he's from London, but I'm not sure what school. I think he went to a prep school in Arizona, I believe. Shayden Sharp.
Yes.
So
it's a good look, man. All in all, man, it's on the rise, man.
I want to talk about the last couple of games. I want to talk about Raptors. We're down 3-1 right now.
Yes.
Doc Rivers has a history of blowing 3-1 leads. How comfortable are you right now?
You know what?
Knowing the history, I'm very comfortable. But at the same time, I'm like, it could totally backfire because is his name Thibault? Yeah, Matisse Thibault.
Matisse Thibault. He's eligible to play.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Because they're back in Philly.
Right. You know, Embiid's fingers hurting.
I think that's huge because you see him grimacing throughout the game.
Yeah. Seeing him make skip passes that are kind of low. He can't block.
He's not a great passer out of the double team.
Not at all. I'm
not sure why we don't attack that more, especially when he catches the ball.
We did it last game. He made a lot of cross-court passes and it got stolen. Right. You know what I mean? But I think that was his thumb. Like he didn't have all that strength to do so. But going back to the role players in Philly, I'm kind of scared of them. Like I've been making fun of you, Niang, but you've been hoping this series. You know what I mean? We leave you open. You've been hitting them tray balls. You know what I mean?
We mentioned this guy's name 2 weeks ago, and this guy is going in.
He's going in, George man. He looks like an employee at Foot Locker.
I just don't understand.
I don't know how he's doing it, but you're in the NBA. Niang. Salute you, Niang. You're killing us right now, man.
Tyrese Maxey scares me the most. I'm not scared of James Harden. He's a shell of himself, like I said.
Right. But the beautiful thing is, and it's not beautiful, but like shout out Fred VanVleet. He showed that emotion. He's been thugging it out. I think he had a herniated disc or a hernia that needs surgery. Plus now, I think.
Why didn't they throw Banton in there?
That's a good. Well, we'll see.
He's 6'7", 6'8", guard. He can help with rebounding.
He can help with rebounding. He can stay in front of Maxey
I think that's a better fit than Flynn.
It is definitely, but Gary Trent now he's not sick no more. And you've seen the last 2 games.
He was sick for 2 days?
He was sick for the first 2 games.
Okay.
Right? So he's back. We got Thaddeus Young. He's back. You know what I mean? OG is playing with a chip on his shoulder. Pascal is Pascal, baby. You know what I mean? So
they call him the spin cycle.
Oh, come on now.
Toronto Legends group.
Come on.
Shout out to those guys in there.
Come on now. Shout you out, Toronto Legends. Let's do it.
Make shots. That's what they said.
You feel me?
Wonderful coaching. Go ahead.
But at the same time, beautiful coaching. At the end of the day,
I'm trying to get my coaching.
I feel like yo, we could shock the world only because Maxey was going off on our weakest link. I love you to death, Fred. But you were our weakest link from game 1 up into game 3. You just couldn't keep up that early because you're hurting. And Maxey was running circles around you, brother.
He was. But OG, man.
No, man.
That guy gets on my nerves, man.
I know.
He got to go, man. I'm tired of that step back. He got to go, man.
No,
he got to go.
No, I'm sorry. I do not agree.
Anyways, how do you feel about the Memphis?
I love it.
The T-Wolves series.
I love it.
Is that not the funnest series right now?
Trash talking, and they're backing it up. You can trash talk.
Why isn't nobody talking about Ja Morant, how bad he's been playing? Nobody's talking about that.
No, you know what?
Why? You know what? Oh, you said it too in the beginning of the year. I'll give you credit. I give you credit.
You do.
You said it. You got to make shots.
Got to make
Ja
shots.
ain't making those shots now.
Making the shots
He's
right
not
now,
making
man.
those shots.
No. In transition, in the open court.
He looks good. Half court.
He is amazing. In the half court, though, when that court starts to shrink, kids, you got to work on that jumper. You need it. Athleticism can only take you so far, brothers and sisters. You need that jumper because right now, that's getting exposed right now. Shout out Bane, though. Bane is automatic. He'll start the game off right. I think he went like 4 for 4 from the 3-point line last night.
They always go up like 20, 15, and then Memphis comes back.
That's just the inexperience. That's just the youngins in them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I shout out the season. Shout out that particular series. It's dope. I love it. The energy's there. The trash talking is at a premium, and they're backing it up.
I like.
And Pat Bev, just facilitate right now, man. You're doing way too much, man. Pat Bev, I seen you in the Versace robe, and you got your 15 minutes of fame, man. But now bring it back a bit, man. Be a role point guard and just get your guys touches, man. Because you guys gave Cat his touches, and you guys got the win. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You guys didn't give him touches last game, the game before. And
what about the Pelicans and the Suns?
I love it.
Are we not seeing this kid Ingram like becoming a star in front of our eyes? Like we knew Tatum. Like I was talking about Tatum, and guys are coming after me, and I was like, Tatum. When they were saying Jimmy Butler's better than Tatum,
you were like, no, nope.
Tatum is not a top 15. Like they said, 17 players in the NBA are better than Tatum. Yeah. Can we revisit this now, guys?
You have to.
Nick Wright, what are we doing here? Do you really believe this still, guy? Come on now.
No, you're right.
17 guys are better than Jason Tatum.
Absolutely not. He's a superstar right now.
They said he's not a superstar.
It sucks that it had to happen at KD's expense.
It's okay. It happens. Passing of the torch.
It's the passing of the torch right now, man. He's playing on both ends too.
He's playing on both ends.
Oh man, he superstar.
Brandon Ingram is a star.
Yeah, LBJ's kicking himself right now.
And the Lakers jumped too fast.
Way too fast.
Trading this young
AD.
guy.
For AD.
For AD.
Damn.
A bubble chip in AD. Now you're stuck.
Now you're stuck, man.
Now you're 33 and 49. You guys got to focus on that.
And Ingram,
focus on that.
Since D-Book is out for this series, Ingram is the best player he's the best player on both teams.
He's better than Chris Paul.
He is. He is. Okay. But he's not a point guard. You saw what you saw what the point guard's doing right now.
Yeah, I definitely.
Let's see the adjustment. If the Pelicans start blitzing his high pick and roll, then I know we're in for a game. But if not, you guys keep playing with CP. Let him get to his sweet spots, man. It's a wrap.
Is Golden State Denver? Is that done today? What's going on? Is it done? Done.
I hope not.
4-0.
Because I selected Joker as my regular season MVP.
That's okay.
So I need him to get at least a win with the limited tools that he's working with.
That's over today.
But tag, man, they got Poole. That the emergence of Poole in that system. Scary.
They looking real scary.
It's scary. And his points are loud, Iggy, man. Like
they're very loud.
You know what I mean?
He's
3,
disrespectful.
It just feels like it's 6 points. It feels like and Curry's coming off the bench. Like that just shows
Curry came off the bench and scored 30 the other day.
That just showed the disrespect Golden State has for Denver. It's just like, we're gonna experiment this. Yeah. We're gonna experiment. All right, Steph, you're not 100%. All right, we'll let Poole start. You'll come off the bench though. You'll still get starter minutes, but they won't do that against Memphis or Minnesota. I don't think. You know what I mean? Having Steph come off the bench, especially if they play Memphis. Steph is gonna start.
I think they can do that against Memphis too. I think they can beat their crap out of Memphis.
You think?
I think so, man. Like you said, those points are loud.
They're loud though.
When Steph Curry,
automatic, bro.
Like it's like you're watching two Steph Currys right now on the court with Poole and Curry.
And man can't even say Clay the shell of himself. Twin. Well, you kind of could say Clay the shell of himself for this particular season.
But you can't even chill off of him.
Man had 26 last game.
You can't chill off of him.
It was so quiet, I guess.
And let's not forget about Mr. Wiggins. Canadian kid.
Come on, man.
Doing everything.
So, utility. He's like a Swiss Army knife. There's a little bit of everything. And Draymond, quadruple single. Don't let the numbers fool you.
Yeah.
His impact, eye test, his impact, he's a Hall of Famer, man.
I had a guy, I won't say his name, man. He told me that Wiggins would be the 4th option on every NBA team. I feel like I want to block him.
I say block him. Just do it, man.
Really?
If Jay Will can block us, fams, you can block anybody.
Jason, he hasn't followed us back.
Nah, man. You know what I mean? He didn't. I follow him on my personal page. He hasn't blocked me or anything, but I haven't said anything on my personal page to him yet.
You should.
I think I should, eh?
You should. That is my favorite series so far, the Memphis and T-Wolves series. That's my favorite series so far. Memphis, New Orleans.
That's another one, man.
And Suns is very interesting.
It is.
It's because it's like you feel you can see the Suns taking off, but they're just lurking around.
Yep.
Like
if it comes to one possession,
it's tough.
I got my money on Ingram, man, and I said Phoenix is winning the chip.
It's tough.
But if it's a one possession game, man,
does he make that much of a difference? Like Booker, like he does. It's showing.
Booker was, to a lot of the media members that were voting, he was a top 3 for MVP.
Top 3?
I think.
Or was it Giannis? No,
Giannis. Probably top 5. I'll give him top 5. But he was on a lot of people's list.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? So
Atlanta Hawks also, Trae Young.
Trae Young, man.
He's kind of by himself. Capella is not there.
Collins
That's a big deal.
Collins is there, but he's not there.
Collins, he sat out a while, so he's not himself just yet. But
gotta salute.
Is that series over with soon?
It's over with.
They won one game.
You gotta give him the win. The win that he got, he put the team on his back, man, and he rode out.
So they're playing again today in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
if they protect home court, it is what it is, man. Every win that Atlanta gets, that's just a notch under Trae Young's belt as one of the elite PGs in the NBA, in my eyes. That pause. I see the twitch in your beard, man. You ain't feeling that right now. He's up there, man. He's up there.
Anyways, listen, there you have it. Listen, I just want to give a quick message to all of the, you know what? I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Lakers fans became Bucks fans.
Yes.
When?
You know what?
I've been getting a lot of DMs from a lot of Lakers fans, and they become Bucks fans all of a sudden.
I think they're LeBron fans that don't really have any allegiance to teams. They just have allegiance to LeBron.
There you go. So they just jump everywhere.
They jump everywhere. Like, we're Raptor guys.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, you're from the 6. If you're not a Raptor fan, you're one of those that just, you're just lost in the sauce. You just jump. Whatever's hot. Whatever shiny object is hot, that's where you're at.
That's where
you know
what
I mean?
Yeah.
So please stay out the DMs. If you want to, we can have this constructive conversation if you want, but your spine, it's just jelly, man. It's not there. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not, man, because you don't have a team.
You don't have a team.
Who's your team? Talk to me, please.
And it's like, guys, man, let's not get personal, man. When you're making fun of my 2 teams here, the Nets and the Raptors. You can't make fun of my teams when 33 and 49 is what it is, guys. With a super team. Like, let's make this clear. Let's be clear. 33 and 49 with a super team. What's more embarrassing? You tell me.
Drop the mic.
KD struggles or 33 and 49 with a super team. You tell me what's more embarrassing.
And LeBron's getting first team All-NBA. They can have that, though.
You tell me what's more embarrassing. Stay out of my DMs. Don't get personal when I just leave that number, 33 and 49. Then you want to get personal.
Stings, man. That stings.
I understand.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You guys are not the guys, okay? Anyways, man.
Yo, man. That's going to do it right there, man. Please follow us on all social media platforms, man. We got Apple Podcasts. We got Spotify, YouTube. We need 100 subscribers on YouTube, guys. Get the subscribers up for us, man. We're working. We're providing you with solid, reliable content.
Reliable.
You feel me?
Let's go.
We're working, man. Salute to everybody that's following.
Yes,
and we're going to keep providing you guys with that content. Thank you.
I was in the trap OG, serving out white. Think about it day to day and night. Last night I had a drink, and it felt so right.
That's that, baby.